Reduce flickering visuals. Maybe we could reduce flickering visuals. Tumble hiding. We'll leave that on. Car transition. Nah, that's fine. Vignette intensity. Wow, there's a lot of nice settings here. I don't really want to highlight loot right now. Oh wait, it is highlighted by default, so that's fine. Windshield acid splashes. Pardon? Oh yeah, that was so funny. That was really funny. Yeah, especially when we just give you a study guide. Okay, I don't need to invert look for a mouse and keyboard game. I really love this, like, this golden arrow visual. Like, it's hard to figure out what the fuck it is. I really don't even know what it is, even though it's clearer on the actual game header. In 1947, the Olympic Peninsula became the staging ground for a promising new technology. As rumors of its utopian creations spread, so did stories about overnight evacuations, unsolved disappearances, and unnatural encounters. In 1955, the government walled off a section of the peninsula to establish the Olympic Exclusion Zone. For 30 years, the zone's borders grew until the government withdrew and sealed every access point. What happened inside was never disclosed. Duck. Kill. Deliver, unload, clean, kill. The Olympic Peninsula, 1998. Are we playing Teardown? South of the barrier wall. Nice.
Sulfur and smoke.
Oh no.
Glows through the snow. It smells like money.
Are we gonna get doxxed? Or not doxxed? Are we gonna get muted?
Rivers for spines. Between the dry pines of bones unbecoming. And you might have to hang behind.
Look, Mom playing Forza Horizon.
You might have to hang behind. Red eyes on the highway.
Oh, shit. My mouse left the... My mouse left the screen. Oh, it left it again. Am I gonna have to play windowed? There it is. Nope, it just keeps leaving play area. Well, yeah, I know, but is there... Not all games do this. Is there a way to prevent it? Great. Thank you! That's fine. Here's a streamer mode setting. Ah, awesome, thank you.
Ghost on the road. It's a cold one. What a white one. My heart it froze. It's a cold.
This is actually, if this is like actively impossible for somebody to watch, let me know and I'm willing, I of course will adjust the settings further.
You might have to hang behind me, hang behind me.
Not a great driver.
You might have to hang behind these
It
lights.
is impossible for you to watch. Noted. Oh.
On the highway.
Well, you know what? Fair enough. As long as you're not motion sick. Or as long as you're motion sick, but it's not my fault. I can't tell you how much I want to just immediately drive the car right into the guardrail. And the fact that I haven't done that yet is kind of disappointing to me as a person. Oh, it left again. Weird, my mouse left again. Oh god. Oh god.
Is there no controller options? No?
I don't know. I guess I didn't try. Maybe it would be easier with a controller. Apparently I just need a lot of help today.
I have to
Restart the game.
yeah.
Don't hurt yourself.
Word processor. Alright, everybody, welcome to the stream.
Welcome back, friendos. Thanks for hanging out. My name is Alidus. I'm going to be playing the first 10 minutes of Pacific Drive because at that point it's going to be 10 p.m. So... Listen, it's fine.
I'll get you the wheel.
You give me the wheel.
Yeah,
Great.
The wheel and the pedals.
Now, well, we have to wait for it to finish downloading, so... Well, it seems that my controller is not supported at this time.
Actually, Jack, it is plugged in. Okay, I'm making sure.
Is it plugged in?
You
sure? That's the stream computer. Is it? No, that's the game computer. Sorry. Okay, well.
Does it not have controls? That's... Why would it not have controls?
Well, it does have controller sensitivity. I might have... I haven't used my controller in a hot second. Oh, that's interesting. All this... Oops. It's fine. I can play it with mouse and keyboard. It would just be probably less nausea-inducing for everyone else. I'm fine. Okay, what if I plug it in? Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Bye, grid. Can we just give up today? Can we just go to sleep? I have a really long day tomorrow. Well, actually, it's kind of a normal length day, but I have to be in at a certain time, which is annoying. Maybe. I don't think so. No. Yeah. That doesn't seem like it did anything. Did it do anything? Did that make any change?
Sulfur and smoke glows through the snow.
Oh, radio music? Ah, okay. Sorry.
Smells like
There we go. Okay. Alright. Well, I'm really excited for 45 minutes from now when we finally get all the controls situated the way we need them to be.
between the dry pines of bones unbecoming. You might have to pay me out. Red-eyed on the highway.
You know, I know that fossil fuels are bad. I'm not trying to say they're not, but I know that not everybody feels the same way I feel, but man, I love driving. And I love the sounds that gas engines make. Like... Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, I'm the worst driver. Oh my god.
Ghost on the road.
Like, my truck... Grid's car, we were joking because, like... It's so quiet you can barely tell that it's on, but literally my truck makes no noise. It makes none noise. Oh god. Can I get out of the car? I would love to get out of the car and walk. Boxy, did you buy me a driving game? I recognize the game is called Pacific Drive, but I wasn't really thinking that there were a lot of cars in it, given my previous stated opinions.
You might have to hang behind these lights on the highway.
Can I back up? High R levels facility, extreme caution advised. Further inquiries direct to state C2B. I wish I could just click on these. Nope. With my mouse instead of the E button. Radio or can I not turn the radio off from inside the cab of the car? Are these the high R levels that we're talking about? But it said stay on the road. Oh good, the warning sign is incomprehensible. Listen, I don't think my fucking Honda Civic can handle these roads, alright? My brain really wanted me to say Kia Sorento, but I'm not quite sure that that's a... I'm not positive that that's a sedan, and that's the joke I was trying to make, but... It's a great thing I don't have a Cybertruck. Oh, why are the rocks disappearing? I thought that was just a graphical error, but it seems like a graphical error in real life. Oh, what poor choices led me to this area. Oh, this is some control-ass shit over here. Oh, dear. Oh, God. Can I have my lights? I had my lights on. Is my car dead? Bitches! Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Well, we got zooped. Foxy, I like it already. The Olympic exclusion zone. Oh, I'll have you all know that both our stage manager and our assistant stage manager both told me that they loved Persona and that I should play that next. Persona 5 specifically. I feel like my vision isn't supposed to be... Oh, I can jump. Ow. You just not have simple brightness? Brightness. Oops. I don't know that that made it look better. I think that just made it look washed out. I'm not really clear what's going on either. We're in or near something called the Olympic Exclusion Zone. We had a clipboard in the car that implied that we had to deliver something. And then we got fucked, so I don't know. You know as much as I do. I think we might be radioactive. Oh, if I can give you a small spoiler about the Back to the Future musical. They took out the part where Doc gets shot by Libyan terrorists or whatever that actually happens in the movie. And they just instead have him touch the plutonium and get horrifically radiated, I guess, and die of that, so... I can support the idea that somebody writing a musical in 2023 didn't want to have Libyan terrorists shooting anyone. It was just a very interesting change. Well, kind of. Yes, because it informs where Doc stole the plutonium from. But... yeah.
Hello? Someone out there? Hello? Could have sworn I... never mind. Francis, the radar's acting up again. You were supposed to tune up this piece of junk years ago.
I wonder if I get to meet an actual people, because I feel like in a lot of these games they don't want to show you a person because people are harder to stylize in a believable way. Like, this environment is stylized and it is artistically cohesive enough that it feels very realistic without actually being hyper realistic, but it's a lot harder to do that with people. Yes, Dav, yes. Absolutely ruining the reputation musicals have for realism. You're right. I wish I had, you know, a HUD in real life. Do I have to go back out there and get that floating goddamn wheel? Could I have just gotten the goddamn wheel when I tried to pick up the goddamn wheel? I'm gonna go with That Hurts. I'm excited for Beetlejuice too, but I don't think I'm gonna get staff tickets to that one. Which makes me lay sad. I guess the alternative is I could purchase them with money, but... okay, apparently that's not the wheel that I had to get, so... oh, there was a wheel right here. No, I want to click on it. I pressed E. E! We sometimes do, because the road shows have external producers that we have to pay, you know? We can't just... like, with the shows that we produce, we can just get a free comp ticket and that's no problem. But even the shows where we get staff tickets, we have to pay $1 for them so that somebody can mark it down as having been sold. Am I stupid? Like... Why is uninstall a different key? I tried. I did that. Oh my god, you won't let me manually shift? Come on.
Wait, is that it? Oh, the signal. Yes, it's back. It's back. This is Tobias Barlow and Francis Cook, located in mid-zone Sector B. Do you read me? I'm picking up your distress signal in the outer zone. It looks like you're somewhere around Sector E. Hey, Francis, come here. Yes, it's urgent. Leave that interferometer alone for a second. Something is out there.
Nope, I'm just gonna steal the car. Fuck them.
Hey, we got a live one. Hey, do you copy? Hello? Hello? Is this thing working?
They don't have a transmitter. We won't hear a thing back.
Huh. But if they're stranded, could they, I mean, they're from outside? They're a preacher? Hey, how did you get through the barrier wall? No one's gotten into the zone in ages and lived to tell about it.
And if we don't get them to safety, this one won't either.
That's a good point. Hey, you're in serious danger. The instability's closing in, and it's gonna scramble you quicker than beef in a blender. Your closest shelter is a few miles east. Get there however you can, and be quick about it.
Listen, if you have an extremely radioactive, supernatural, anomalous location that people are specifically excluded from, of course it's going to be populated with dudes named Tobias from the Bronx. Like the sewer rats of people. That's us New Yorkers. Why does the car keep rolling backwards? Please. This isn't how it works. The little red thing that fell out. I didn't think to check the trunk. I'm glad it's telling me what to do. Do I need a hose? How are we gonna siphon it without a hose? You gonna let me get more? Oh, that seems bad.
Wait, hold the phone. There it is again, that blip on the spectrometer. I've seen that waveform before, but where? No kidding. Could it be? A remnant?
That can't be. There hasn't been one in decades.
Look at that spectral fingerprint and tell me that doesn't match the remnants exactly.
No. What we should be looking at is how fast this creature seems to be moving.
Huh. You know, if I didn't know better, I'd say they're going about the speed of a... No way. No way. Do not tell me. They found a remnant and it's a car this time? Holy cripes! No one's had working wheels in here for ages. Boy, I'd kill to know how a combustion engine's still chugging away out there.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, the breacher needs to get to safety. Then we can look into whether that car is a remnant or not.
In my heart of hearts, I already know. They're back, baby. When you find that shelter, go on and let yourself in. Hoppy ain't gonna like you poking around in there, but better to face a bad side than let the zone eat you alive.
I'm just gonna go ahead and park right here, if you don't mind. Knock, knock. Can we get an ice cold Beppis? Make friends off planet. I want to read all of this. Really upset that I can't read any of this. Why are you directing me so minutely?
Who's there? Oh, the shop. God, it's been breached. You've got 5 seconds to get the hell out before I... Ow! Oh, my head. It's an emergency broadcast.
Hello, attention. This message is for Dr. Ophelia Turner. We sent a breacher to your garage on, official zone business. Now, we have it on very good authority that this person is in possession of a remnant, which has taken the form of a car, and, well,
Get off the remnant thing. She's not gonna care.
right, like I said, super official zone business. Protocol, demands that you keep them alive until we can get them to safety. Now, if you do not comply, I will occupy this broadcast channel with a recitation of the entire collection of poems I've personally written. That's 10 years and 17 volumes, and...
Tell her that voice cuts like a nail gun to the skull. So, another breacher, huh? How do you outsiders not understand that Arda didn't build that 300-meter wall out there for fun? Unless you're one of the unfortunates who got zapped through.
Where is it coming from?
Wait, I just remembered. I don't give a damn why or how you got here. You're trespassing, and I'd kindly like you to get the hell out of my zone. Ah, God, unfortunately, the barrier wall is as fortified against breachers trying to get in as it is against anyone or anything trying to leave. We have to find you a way out. So you might as well start by fixing up that car. Just don't break anything in my shop with those soft hands of yours. What? Oh, you need help? Well, there's a headset somewhere in the garage. Put it on. The built-in diagnostic will tell you what needs fixing up.
Well, it needs a wheel. So, thanks. Also, what the fuck is she? Is she computer? Is she on the radio? Is she a person? Is that a kick? How do I access the log? It said log for a second and then there was an arrow. Yeah, it said arrow. Oh. Why did I want to take that off? I don't know what to do with it now that it's off. Open headset OS. It seems like right arrow? Am I stupid? Why does that keep being tab? Why am I the only person in the world that doesn't know what the fucking apparently the visual indicator for tab is? Certain components and equipment that you install on your car have abilities that need to be activated. You can assign controls to up to 4 of these using the small panel. This is going to be a driving game, motherfucker. While in the driver's seat, you can steer, brake, reverse, shift between park and drive, and of course turn the ignition key. You can also toggle the radio, headlights, and windshield wipers. Should all else fail, honk the horn. You can remap these controls and change camera settings in the options menu. Well, I mean, didn't a game we just played had it? I think a game we just played had it, and I got mad about it. And then I didn't apparently remember enough to remember the answer. The auto shop is your base of operations. You're safe there, so you can take your time between drives to fix up the car, craft parts, and research new upgrades. Interesting. While on foot, you can walk, run, crouch, and jump. You can also pick up, drop, throw, and kick items and certain objects you come across. Should you come across any buttons and keypads, feel free to press away. Got it. Alright, actually, I'm sorry. I know we haven't actually accomplished anything, but I have to go to the bathroom. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, right? Like, on my keyboard, it says tab. In a word. Poppy's pneumatube. The pneumatubes, also known as the tubes, span the zone, a low-tech, low-maintenance method of communication and delivery. They've endured in a place where so many advanced alternatives have not. Parking sensor. This advanced spatial recognition and pattern communicating light array. Maybe the most advanced invention ever found in a garage, or maybe just a weight sensor. Who's to know? Oh, God. Oh, my sweet summer tire. How little you know about the rigors of the road ahead. What is conventionally known as a spare tire is really a whole entire spare wheel. Still, who wants to break with convention and start quibbling over details? Okay, so this is more of a... apparently a survival game than I expected. I was really expecting Kentucky Route Zero. That's kind of what I was expecting. Arc Dock. This enhanced version of the Arc device is able to administer rudimentary pain relief and first aid to the occupant of the driver's seat. However, the energy this requires will put a substantial drain on the battery. You still remain unsure if this device is a work of genius, is extremely illegal stolen factory technology, or is some combination of both. Well, I mean, a car battery recharges when you drive the car, so that should be fine, right? With one swift tug of a lever, you can lock up the car's rear wheels and convert some of your momentum into a skid. You may even impress any anomalies that are watching. Oh no, am I gonna have to drive good? Because if that's the case, I'm gonna have to figure out how the controller works. Cardboard boxes. In Britain, they call this area the boot of the car, but they didn't win the War of Independence, did they? Now over 300 million Americans are free to call the back storage of their automobiles whatever they like. How's that for humor? Did Cave Johnson write this musical is not what this is. Oppie's mechanical eye. Oppie's custom-built headset. Using it to scan objects will provide you with more information about the zone. Its mechanics eye diagnostic tool will tell you everything you need to know about your car's status. Solid and sturdy. Even though this pack isn't the biggest, it still boasts a reasonable amount of space in which you can tightly pack all sorts of tools and equipment. Okay. Oh. Fuel can. A hardy, hand-portable container that works in an emergency refill. It's not enough to fill a car's tank, but it can make all the difference on a long trip. Battery jumper. Ramshackle but effective. Carefully connect the single-use device to any failing automobile battery and stand clear. Mechanics kit. All the most essential items and equipment that allow a mechanic to do their job. You want a few of these on standby to handle engine or wheel trouble. Sealing kit. Say goodbye to holes and leaks by furiously, even frantically, patching them with this hastily assembled collection of materials. Then ask yourself why you were talking to a hole, which is, in fact, the absence of something. Repair putty. When you don't have time or resources to perform extensive repairs, this is the spit and tape solution that'll carry you through to fix up the worst of things. Okay, so we got some Bondo here. Steel door. This is the type of sturdy, dependable steel door that your grandfather would pat with a trusting smile. Go ahead and do the same. Say something affirming about solid craftsmanship, too. No crumple zones in this bitch. Oh god, this is... Oh no, I might be too stupid for this today. I mean, it's too late, we already started, but I might be too stupid for this game. I should have realized when it took like half an hour to download. This weary, flimsy piece of oxidized metal will both open and close. It will also keep out the wind and the rain. It just barely meets every technical specification required to be a door. Scrap metal, plastic, duct tape, glass shards. Okay. Can I put it down? Oh, okay. Yellow paint. I understand. Why do we call them crowbars? Like pry bar, I understand, because you're prying things with a bar. Why crowbar? Is it a pry bar? Is it really your first chance to try the subtle art of lockpicking? After all, this is for the cautious, careful opening of closed containers. It may simply seem larger than conventional lockpicks or require a little more force. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. Can I rotate it? Why is it like this? Can I rotate it? Why is it like this? This is awful. Why is it like this? R for rotate. Thank you. God, is this also Backpack Hero? Duct tape. The adhesive properties of this industrial strength product are not to be underestimated. It both attaches items and removes skin with terrifying tenacity. Well. Okay. What? friendly dumpster. If you're ever in dire need, pay this a visit. As much as the zone takes away, sometimes she also provides. Sometimes the dumpster knows best. The friendly dumpster wouldn't be your best pal in all the zone if it wasn't handing out things that it thinks you really, really need. Things you definitely, certainly should keep in order to safely make it through the next leg of your journey. Best pal status TBC. Okay. We couldn't figure out how to give you some objects, so we made a blob in a dumpster, and we're being very explicit about it. How do I put things not in my hands? How do I unequip? need more plastic and duct tape. Unless we can... Well, yeah, but it says we have 2 out of 4, and then 2 out of 3 of duct tape. It says craft! Shut up. I don't understand why I got to take the door off and then put it back on. What is this? Oh, it's a spare tire. Alright. Oh, I hope you feel better, Boxy. I think we're out of putty. The parts that it has decided are car parts are stressing me out. Alright, now what? Oh. Chemicals, the sort of domestic substances that are only nominally inert, just waiting for a household chemist with a dangerously narrow amount of knowledge to truly bring them to life. Plastic, one of the most useful and ubiquitous substances ever created. This handful of polymers has 1,000 different applications and will likely outlive us all. Rubber, loose pieces of synthetic rubber taken from seals, tires, rings, and belts. Much of this could be recut and repurposed. Scrap metal, an assortment of irregular and damaged sections of steel, all of which can be easily recycled and reused. Crude bumper. In theory, any old piece of metal could help brace a car against collisions, and this indeed is certainly any old piece of metal. It's all but disposable, so don't get too attached. It certainly isn't. Gear. What has teeth and a bite but no jaw? Probably a lot of things, actually. This gear is one of them. Breaking. The end is nigh. This is so badly damaged that it's on the verge of coming apart. It needs either immediate repair or scrapping. Okay. Workbench. Why buy it when you can slap it together yourself with duct tape and saliva? Dr. Ophelia Turner, 1971. Locker. Car packed to capacity with clattering clutter? Offload and organize those objects. Sort and store your stuff. Alright. I'm sorry, I keep reading the bigger the gob, the better the job. But it's fixed. But I fixed it. With Bondo. Scan the loose wheel. How do I do that? You blew it! Truly the most anomalous of conditions that can befall a wheel. A gaping hole in the precious, precious rubber. Fortunately, remarkable advances in tire patching technology mean this can all be repaired in no time at all. Alternatively, a spare tire does wonders for continued mobility, and you did pack one, right? Oh. Okay. Doing worth it. Oh. No, scan target. That's true, Powers. Yeah. Yeah, you know. I love it so much. I feel torn all the time. I'm like, I want to ride the motorcycle, but I want to drive my truck. This factory-issued sealed beam lamp is rated to emit 55 watts of light dead ahead, guaranteed to blind oncoming travelers, immobilize deer, and add a diffuse sense of mystery to any foggy morning. It's just a door. Somehow this poorly sealed door can barely defeat a draft, yet it's still sturdy enough to deter just about any trespasser. Ooh, private field notes. Dr. Everett, date unknown. Our time is up, it seems. And as much as we might try, we cannot abandon the zone fast enough. We're leaving so much behind. Each day we're instructed to close another lab and junk everything there, or to mark it for what they call recycling. But we know no such recycling will happen. We may as well loot our own equipment. We dash through the door, leaving our things on the table, our experiments half finished, our logs incomplete. We're creating a ghost town in our wake, even a whole series of ghost towns, a ghost nation, if you will. Our own Mary Celeste, a record of our last moments, frozen in time. Ooh, I like that's how we're gonna find lore. Wrecked car. Teletype Autoscript Arta Ref Hansen. I told him not to bring his own car. I told him the feds will give him a loan or cover his rental expenses. What does he do? He brings his car. His own car. From Delaware. From Delaware! How long does it last? How long do you think it lasts? They're like vultures. They're like wicked vultures. Okay, so we want to scan things. Got it. We have direct incentive for scanning. Oh, fuck. When you come back, it wants to... It'll tell you to scan it again. That sucks. Or not tell you to scan it again, but won't indicate that you've already scanned it. Oh, was I supposed to fix that? Was I supposed to deal with the door earlier than this? My bad. There has to be some way to open this. This is locked, though that always doesn't mean you'll need a key. Oh, I already read that one. I don't think I read that one out loud. Too bad. Impact hammer. Oppie's Jukebox, the most powerful jukebox known to humanity. Oppie's Jukebox is precisely calibrated to offer the optimal listening experience while minimizing the oral discomfort. User oral discomfort. Oral discomfort, not oral. Those are different. Why are we safe in here? Oh, I broke the pry bar. Why did you want me to open the inventory? I scanned the loose wheel. Did I fuck this up again? But this is fully fixed. It let me, like, slap putty on it. Oh. I'm sorry. I was reading that as being in the key in the ignition. Okay.
Oh, there's a little prototype of mine in the garage. The Arc device. Hook it up to your car, wherever it'll fit. This beauty won't just be your tour guide. It's your North Star and the only way back to safety. Heck, you should consider it the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit if you plan on staying alive. That's how important this thing will be to you. Yes, that's my very own invention. I'll tell you more about it if you live long enough to use it.
Fair enough. Arc device. Riding shotgun with you is perhaps the most ramshackle yet remarkable example of technology you've ever seen. It can monitor the zone, ingest anchor energy, and casually teleport the entire car and all its contents a short distance. It may be a work of genius, it may be extremely illegal stolen technology, or it may very well be both. I thought they already used that joke. Craft mat. Work out the back of your car with this rudimentary set of equipment. While it may not be as good as what you'll have in the garage, it'll work in a pinch and allow you to craft basic items. Craft basic items. Loose wheel. It's wobbling. Of all the components you have in your car, this is certainly one that you don't want to work itself free. It's time to break out the mechanics kit and make repairs. Okay. All right. Well, I thought did I not get the first aid kits? Okay. Wait, what's this? I actually probably don't need chemicals here. Actually, I probably don't need this either. Ugh, Backpack Hero is already stressing me out. Well, that was too close to my face. This rough diagram provides all the instructions you need to assemble a new invention. Please note that you may be the first person and also only person to test this device. Can I build an impact hammer, though? Not every natural resource can be carefully extracted. Sometimes you need some pneumatically assisted brute force. This captive bolt device is ideal for fracturing crystals, dislodging deposits, or just smashing. Just smashing. Oh boy. Oh, gas cylinder. Darn. Oh, that's probably for the best. I was sitting here like, I feel like using my gas can is bad for this. You shouldn't fill fuel cans while they are inside a vehicle. You should put the fuel can on the ground and then fill it on the ground. I just want you to be safe. Don't do what I'm doing. Thank you. Yeah, by passing the pump through the closed window. Oh, I don't love this.
If you're all set, take a look at the projector against the wall.
Planning a drive. Use the map on the wall of the auto shop to plan your next drive across the zone. Along each route, you find different resources and face strange hazards, so make sure to choose your path carefully. Choose between revisiting known junctions to gather more resources, charting new routes deeper into the zone, or taking investigative drives to uncover the story behind why you're here. Okay, so this is above ground Subnautica. Got it. If the zone has one thing going for it, it's that gasoline here is free. Inductive charging and resonant coupling clearly have ample application. I'm convinced they're the future of so many devices. I also believe they may be viable in transport, even heavy industry, says Oppie's old notes. The only way you're ever going to find your way around in this scrambled soup of a place is by carefully, methodically mapping out your progress. Keep track of different routes using this map, along with information on how safe or dangerous they might be.
This is the zone. Within these borders, all matter has lost the ability to hold a constant physical state. What that means is the shape, size, and makeup of just about everything constantly changes. A mile of grass can turn into 10 miles of swamp in the blink of an eye, and it does. Constantly. It's caused by something we call instability. We're completely surrounded by it, and once you've watched it chew through entire mountain ranges, you'll understand that you don't want to get anywhere near it. We can only survive in here within pockets of stability. That's what you're standing in now. And that's what you're seeing mapped on the route planner. If we're going to find you a way out of the zone, you'll need to build a new antenna. Until then, you won't be able to detect stabilized routes beyond your immediate area. So, you've got to go hunting for parts, and that means taking a drive. Go on, pick a route. The ARC device in your car will then show you where you need to go.
I don't like the holds
Take a left out
to...
of the garage and follow the access road.
Really don't like the hold. Said Nautica. Lol. Well, the tutorial has been, or the tutorial parts have been very thorough. Despite me just being a general idiot, which is no worse than most people being... I think most people are bigger idiots than me. Generally. I know I have trouble with non-linear, non-Metroidvania. I know I have a lot of inventory trouble the first couple times I play anything, but I'll get around to it. I think navigating this would be very painful on controller, though I do think driving is going to be very painful on keyboard, so I'm not quite sure how to best... Like, kind of a joke, but maybe I should get a wheel. I mean, we have several wheels. Maybe I should find the wheel. The vehicle status can be tracked by watching the gauges on the dashboard as well as the lights and other devices installed around the cab. The center console displays the health and status of each car component. The radiation monitor lets you know how safe it is to get out of the car, and if it's anything but a flat line, exit with caution. In the passenger seat, there's a screen with a map where you can see your location and key points of interest. As you drive, keep an eye on the car's structural integrity, its fuel and battery levels, and the various warning lights. An orange light signals a developing problem. Red lights call for immediate action. Parking brake, low fuel, low battery, low structural integrity, service needed, difficult incline, low traction. Oh, wow. There's a lot. For the driving here, but the driving later on gets worse, are you saying? I mean, even in the beginning area, I found it not impossible, but certainly not fun to drive with the keyboard. Just in game? Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure I can... If you're telling me it's technically possible, then that's fine. I just feel like I'd like to enjoy it as much as I can, and I don't tend to love driving. But I didn't like swimming either, and played the shit out of Subnautica, so... I bet the lights are gonna drain our battery, which is stupid. Where am I going? That way. Got it. But I don't have a... Damp forest. Oh. Okay. You're telling me I don't have to spend 3 hours driving this car? Lame.
Okay, newbie. I'll keep this simple. Don't want to overwhelm that little brain of yours. You'll need a few things to rebuild the antenna at the garage. First on the list is plasma. The woods are littered with plasma generators. Look for a research trailer or a spark tower. That's those antenna things zapping you when you get too close. Both are always accompanied by plasma generators.
Car abilities. Certain components and equipment... Oh, we already read that. Sorry. Your car is your shield. The car can protect you from radiation, anomalies, and the many other dangers of the zone, but only as long as it's in good condition. Keeping your doors closed and car parts in good condition will give you a dependable barrier from the zone. If your car's health meter drops into the red, you'll be at risk. There are many ways to make repairs on the go. Be sure to check your crafting options to see what you can replace, and you may find helpful tools as you rummage around the zone. Oh, explicit. I was like, what the Cobot, what? Cobot, what are you doing? But noted. Surviving the zone. While you're driving through the zone, exploration is essential. If you get lost, check the map in your passenger seat. And don't be afraid to go off-road, as you never know what you might find. Gathering resources is key to your survival. Look for vehicles in abandoned buildings. Cars can be a great source of fuel, common materials like scrap metal, and sometimes a decent spare part. And don't forget, much of what you find in the zone can be scanned for more information. I will say, though, generally with games like this that have large inventory, crafting mechanics, things like this, I really don't mind mechanics instructions. I fucking hate being told where to go or spoiled on plot points, but I truly promise that I don't mind mechanics clarifications. Yeah, literally mechanics instructions. As long as they're not, like, a step ahead of where I am. I don't even really mind, like, hey, I found this easier to go about something in this way. I really don't. I think, especially people who... I love new viewers. You're wonderful. You're fantastic. Everyone was a new viewer at some point. But as long as you get the vibe first, before giving me advice, then I appreciate advice. So I doubt anyone is going to... I doubt any... This zone is labeled perpetual stability. I did notice that. So it will not eat my whole asshole, right? Only some of it? maybe? Ooh, unless I start pissing it off. That's cool. Zone conditions. Whenever you make it through unusual conditions or sudden shifts in the zone, your logbook will be updated with information about what just happened. Study these entries carefully. They can offer essential information that will keep you both safer and better informed. Perpetual stability. The instability storm will not be chasing you here unless summoned. What? Unless summoned. Interesting. Why can I start the car in drive already? I'm also disappointed that I don't have to shift. I mean, I have to shift from park to drive, but I want full manual, baby. Look at this fucking stick shift over here. You know, this is actually really... I only saw the movie Back to the Future once, and I know that we don't have a time-traveling car, necessarily. And these are not related media, but this is actually really interesting to approach right after seeing Back to the Future in whatever form that I saw it in. So I'm like a little bit more interested in the car with weird shit in it than I would be otherwise.
The device is picking up on some plasma generators nearby. Your headset has a built-in scanner. Use it on the plasma generator, and it'll figure out the tools you need.
That is not sodium vapor color. Fuck off. Immersion broken. Recommended tool, hands. I am really upset when I can't read signs. Consumer electronics, journal fragment, date unknown. Everyone's checked out of town. At this point, I'm the last person left. I'll be gone by tomorrow, too. It's hard to believe that this was once a community. Sure, we didn't have that much to show for it. Not much to offer visitors, no great sights or famous landmarks, but a few of us lived out here, and we were happy with our lot. And then it seems the government had other plans for us. You no longer live here, they said. Here's your compensation payment. Now get out. Their weird, secret experimentation zone keeps growing. They own this land now, this town, and soon we'll never be able to come back. They barely gave us enough to cover the cost of moving. Now it's time to work out what to leave behind. Memo, FAO, all staff, December 28th, 1975. Further to my correspondence of the 24th, I am writing to advise each and every one of you that the forthcoming disco time will not be going ahead. Moreover, I'm extremely disappointed that I find it necessary to remind all employees that inappropriate and unauthorized use of ARDA equipment is very obviously a violation of organization policy, not to mention profoundly unprofessional. No lighting rigs, arrays, spotlights, and racks that we have requisitioned are arrays, spotlights, and racks that we have requisitioned are precisely calibrated, specially constructed, magnetically shielded sodium devices that are both very sensitive and extremely expensive. They are specifically designed to work in zone conditions for remote deployment and to withstand radiation and EMP. They are not for modifying with colored filters, rainbow banners, or beat-synced variable resistors. Frankly, I'm appalled that I have to compose a memo such as this, and when I find those responsible, which I shall, rest assured, there will be severe consequences. This is the Olympic exclusion zone, not Miami Beach. Okay, I like this game. Yes, banning Grid from having fun. Yes, specifically. Okay, we got matcha. We got, it's the 70s. There's been a terrible mistake. What should remind motorists of the mellow taste of an exquisite tea instead suggests sticky sewage. Did you mix this wrong? I'm already loving the notes in this game. It's been a while since we've had a good note reading game. Ah, I really hate the hold. I just want to click. I just want to one click. Can I actually adjust that in settings because it's really fucking driving me nuts? Great. Fabric, a collection of loose textile and cloth materials. This is all a little scrappy and yet all perfectly salvageable. Alright, I know we have to...
Still looking for those plasma generators? Look for glowing containment units scattered about in the woods or at the base of the spark tower anomalies.
I know that... I know that I should... You got McDonald's? You're such a bitch. Yeah. I want the french fries. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I'm not still hungry, I just... You can't say no to nugs. The boot ones are the best. Do you guys agree? Like, if you don't agree, you're wrong. But the boots are the best. Someday when I'm rich, I'm only gonna order boots, and then I'm only gonna eat the toe off of them. So, thanks, Grid. Giving me nuggies. He's a good monkey. Oh, right, I can siphon the fuel tank. I can't wreck the fuel tank. Oh, I thought I could. It's so dark. Okay, actual question for people who have actually played the game. Will we get a flashlight, or is it just going to be dark like this and I should up the brightness? Mini flashlight? Okay. I guess I have flares. Well. Hand back. Accessibility note. Go for it. I did see the loot visibility thing. I didn't want to turn that on without seeing what we were about first. But I will do my best to remember. Oh, there we go. Okay, so if we just shift, we got it. Several coils of one of the most conductive materials in existence. This is an essential core component in both electronics and heating. That's a good point, Crunk. I'm gonna ride it out for a little bit longer. But I have noticed that I have felt myself feeling like, oh no, what am I missing? But I kind of like that discovery, so if I forget about it and complain, tell me, dumbass, turn that on. Assorted electronic components, each is waiting patiently to be soldered to another one and once again restored to life. I love French fries. Hazmat cabinet. Partial memo, source unknown, circa 1966. I know it's inconvenient to lock everything away, and I know it requires issuing all of our staff not just keys, but the right sets of keys, and then collecting and reissuing those keys as staff are rotated and reassigned. But please also consider the sheer volume of materials and resources that have gone missing these last few months. We've had rare substances and corrosive chemicals spirited away. Compounds and catalysts vanish into thin air, and even a whole cabinet whisked out of an office and dragged away by those, you know. And since these materials are so expensive, so vital, and sometimes, you know, state secrets, I'd rather we start locking more things up. Got it? 9-volt battery. Every curious crafter's favorite tongue tickler. This will power most small devices found in the home, as well as many portable ones. It's funny, because Grid tests so many batteries on his tongue, and I'm quite sure his insides are fucked up because of it. This large, robust container is designed to hold gases under pressure. It's stalwart, heavy, and could have many applications. Crafting. Craft tools and parts using the supplies scavenged during your trips into the zone. You can craft on the go in your car's trunk, but more advanced items will require the garage workbench. Both the trunk and the workbench can be upgraded to allow you to assemble more advanced components. Quick slots. You can equip tools or items in these slots for quick access. You can also change your selections at any time. Oops. Nope. I wonder if there's a maximum stack amount. I'm sure there is.
When in doubt, give it a scan. The headset's hooked into my database. It'll pull up any information that exists.
Look at you, out in the zone all on your own. They grow so fast, don't they? And I'll be back at the helm. Been a long time, old gal. Didn't think we'd, talk again after that whole Sasquatch incident.
Yes, I was hoping to go another decade without hearing your voice again. What did you finally talk Francis to death?
Hello to you too, Oppie. And no, I'm still here.
But it said something like vacuum. But it said I needed something different, but now I can't see what I was thinking it said. Oh, recommended tool hand vac.
Looks like it's ripe for the picking. Can't get at it with your hands, though. An impact hammer will do the trick.
Plasma generator. Private field notes Dr. A.F. Kingi. Date unknown. As we continue to explore viable energy solutions in the increasingly unstable environment that is the zone, we have begun testing the first handheld plasma containment devices. In a zone plagued with radiation, instability, electromagnetic interference, and many as yet unexplained phenomena, any infrastructure created for energy transmission has proven to be all but useless. Hence our investigations into the potential of charged and even magnetized plasma, studying both the conductive and capacitive qualities of the samples we have contained. Plasma would likely be far more efficient than the diesel and gasoline we've been forced to haul from place to place, and if the latest research from the LIM tech team is to be believed, we may soon have a way to make it just as portable. At present, we await updates from Dr. Essid as she finalizes her reports on Birkenland currents. Arda Management are keen for us to test this.
Driver, I bet you're dying to hear all about the remnants by now.
Oh, can you not? I'm a little busy trying to keep them alive.
I'll keep to the basics, I promise. They deserve to know what they're getting into.
Fine. I'm giving you 60 seconds.
Doing something.
That is not nearly enough time to get...
55 seconds and counting.
Okay. The remnants, in short, they're old objects that do all sorts of weird things. They bind themselves to people, and you're the latest victim. You and the car are inseparable now, so get acquainted. Once the remnant is bound to someone, they become gradually more obsessed with it. It takes over the victim's mind, until they go crazy and run off into the zone with it. No one has ever been able to resist its siren call. That fixation is probably worming its way into your brain as we speak. This is the first time we've ever got our hands on one. But we know all about the past remnants, and oh gosh, this one time it materialized as an old copper kettle, and the tea that came out of that thing, it was...
And now I'm splitting the transmissions going to your receiver. Anything critical to your immediate needs will broadcast directly and immediately to your radio and headset. Anything not mission critical will be on a low priority frequency. Those transmissions will be recorded and indexed for you to listen to at your leisure. And by low priority, I mean just about everything that comes out of Tobias's mouth.
I love Oppie. I'd die for her. Okay, where was I? At present, we await updates from Dr. Acid as she finalizes her report on Birkenland currents. Arda Management are keen for us to test this technology in the field as soon as possible, and we don't believe it is yet ready. But we don't believe it is yet ready. They are, as ever, simply trying to rush research and save money. Pressurized cartridges. A handful of small pressurized containers that can be used for both low-velocity propulsion and rudimentary shock absorption. Maybe I do want the loot thing on. Let's try. I really like how they're interspersing the logbook lore into all of the item descriptions. Not necessarily into the item descriptions, but I wouldn't have thought scanning a toolbox would give us actual lore. And I really love that because it is very boring usually in the tutorial area of a lot of these games to read the description of a handful of screws. Who fucking cares, right? So making that engaging is actually something I've not really seen. What was I doing? Settings. Sorry, I feel like I've spent most of the game playing with settings. Gameplay? Accessibility? Oh. Loot highlight is on. Oh, okay. So we'll be alright. Okay, so it doesn't highlight the things that you can't immediately pick up. So, Crunk, I think you're right. That I think that is fine to... Oh, Jesus. Oh, wow. Okay, maybe I don't love that. That's in the ground. Great. Yeah, I think I don't like this, but that's okay. Canned foods. Certain dried or canned foods can last a remarkably long time in storage, and the expiry date is only ever a guide, right? Well, that looks fucked up. Oh, nice. I didn't think that was gonna do anything. Alright, well. Keep trying to press E to get out. Really? Okay, so I feel like that's a border that I shouldn't walk through. I'm really shocked that Oppie hasn't said anything about it, though. I guess I should take the car. Listen, they don't want to be artistically restricted. Holy God, this backpack is amazing. I didn't shred a spare tire. Well, I mean, I have a spare tire, and I can't fit the fuel because I'm mean, I'm fine on fuel right now. And my spare container is full. So, shut up, grid. No backseating. Guess maybe I should keep the flippers. Ah, okay, so 20 is the stack limit. Yeah, but you're not. You're in the trunk. Sure you were. I guess I shouldn't be looking at the console while I'm driving. Oh, this is conveniently directly in the middle of the road. I feel like this is gonna zap me. I like it so far. It's not what I was expecting, but I'm having a lot of fun. I had just said before you got back that I really like how the lore is interspersed into the inventory. A lot of times with games that are with early game items, they end up being a really boring drag to read. So having to scan a toolbox is usually there's no real payoff for that often in most games, but this one, if you scan the toolbox, it gives you a note. I think that's really engaging, and I also think the writing is really good. Everything looks great. The only criticism I have is that I'm kind of tired of games where people talk to me through the radio. What the fuck is that? But I'm bored of that in a way like, you know, you get bored of gamer yellow paint. Okay, actual question. I want the answer because it will save me time and probably pain in the ass later. If I leave the car running and get out of it, it's probably going to be bad for me, right? It's like going to drain the battery and it's going to be annoying. Maybe not early game, but eventually, right? Radio voice acting enthusiast. Got it. If running, then fuel. Got it. What's the Fallout robot called? Mr. Handy. Sorry, I just kept going with Mr. Slicey, and that's not it. Well, abductor doesn't sound good. Let's get back in the car and read about it. Okay, abductor. Letter fragment, date unknown. Well, we should probably read Spark Tower first, sorry. Because that one was the official first one that we, I think, should have seen. Private field notes, Dr. Everett, date unknown. Plasma-powered spark transmitters, combining previously obsolete coils with LIM-enhanced repeaters, have proven to be the best way to boost signals throughout the zone. The constant increase in radiation and electromagnetic interference has made radio communication extremely difficult and often subject to bizarre distortions. These new modified coils appear to have solved that. The addition of local plasma power sources is a reliable way to keep each node within this vital infrastructure both operational and independent. However, the price we have to pay is constant maintenance and repair. They're demanding beasts and burn through components rapidly. If key resistors and capacitors are not regularly replaced, they quickly develop a habit of either shorting or even releasing constant high-voltage, low-current discharges into the immediate vicinity. Okay. Abductor. Letter fragment, date unknown. Dear Maggie, once again, I miss you and the kids so much. I'm sorry I haven't written sooner, but it's been just crazy out here. I have a few moments right now, so I figured it would be good to put pen to paper. I hope you don't mind the handwriting being so wiggly, but me and the guys are in a bit of a pickle right now. You see, our van got pulled up into a tree. I'm afraid I can't explain exactly what happened. Top secret things and all, but we're safe. Trust me on that. We also have 2 hours to wait before rescue comes, hanging 50 feet above the ground and right on a ridge. I'll send this as soon as we get back to barracks and write you a much better letter after. But in the meantime, here's a picture. I sketched it out while we were waiting. If there's one thing we'll have up here, it's a heck of a view. Love always, Joe. I don't feel like that explained anything. That did not explain anything. I feel like I have the same amount of questions. Also, I'm mad I don't have to shift into reverse. Yeah, several more questions. Is that Joe? What does abductor mean? Is it gonna abduct me? Can I go home? Crunk, you're so strong and good. I believe in you. I would love to go home actually right now. Oh, that must be low traction or something, or excessive bullshittery or whatever. Actually, we should probably go home shortly. I think I'm gonna loot these, get lightly electrocuted, and then try to go back to the garage because it's about pumpkin time for me. See, what did I say? Lightly electrocuted.
Well, it looks like you're near one of the old guerrilla radio stations. That ought to be prime pickings for antenna parts. I've loaded its approximate location to your map. Look for an antenna tower up on a hill somewhere.
Okay, maybe we can't go back to the... Maybe we're not meant to go back to the garage yet. I don't like how everything we should... Like, that still had the open scan thing. I would prefer it if either we scanned something and then we didn't have to scan that thing again, or if, like, a la Bioshock 2, it gave you a progress bar on how much you had to scan the same thing in order to be done. I do remember that. I do. Did I piss it off?
My, where are our manners? Driver, we never introduced ourselves. Not really. Tobias Barlow, former Artem maintenance manager. Oh, and, here with
Arta's
me
the
is
bad
Dr.
guys.
Francis Cook.
I was a R&D scientist researching limb technology right here in the zone.
We live right in the mid-zone. Just a hop, skip, and a jump over another big old wall from where you're at. Oh, and that old bat over there? That's Dr. Ophelia Turner, former director of research and development herself. The mother of limb technology, the maven of electromagnetism.
That's enough.
Resident party pooper.
Let me out. Can I not hold it in my hands? Probably not. There it is. Do I have a headlight yet? Probably not. Yeah, bitches. Getting my ride. Ah! No. Okay. Well, my organizational process has been fucked. Did it say I could autosave? I really should stop playing. Okay. Fuck. That's interesting. How much longer do I have to play? Thank you, Powers. Okay. That can't be the radio station. That's just... Maybe it is, though. I don't know. I didn't put it to park. Oh. The fuck? Fuel barrel, transmission fragment, Arda Field, headquarters, July 19th, 1964. No, I need gasoline. Gasoline. Fuel. Whatever you want to call it. Fuel doesn't short. Fuel isn't affected by electromagnetic pulses. Fuel doesn't need replacement parts. I don't care about all the apparently genius technology that you reckon is going to solve the world's problems. None of it works in this cursed place. If you want us to ever get anything done, just send more fuel for the generators, for the cars, for the machinery, and send it yesterday. It's interesting that I can't interact with stuff that's just left out, and that I can't interact with cabinets. I'm not really upset by that. I've had a lot of, you know, a lot of cabinet rifling in my gaming experience, but... It's called more fuel. You're not wrong. I wish it sounded different when it scanned. It like... The scan interrupted and I don't love that. Telephone transcript, Central Exchange monitoring, July 9th, 1963. Hello? Hello? Is that the office of Dr. Turner? No, the other Dr. Turner. Doesn't matter. I have good news! The best news! Your computers are up and running! We did it! And these powerhouses are gonna absolutely blow you away! We got some of the world's very best discrete RTL-based integrated circuits with a central processing unit running at 1.5 megahertz. All of this able to address 500,000 characters of memory. We've even got a 32-bit word length. It's hard to imagine a more powerful machine. What's more, these things barely weigh 70 pounds. Oh, it's truly amazing. You absolutely must come down and see one in action. I think Arda might well have pushed computing as far as it'll ever go. I love it when I commit to a mood in the first like three words of a lore item, and it ends up being the wrong mood.
That radio station's up on a hill somewhere. Eyes to the horizon.
Okay, so maybe we should just go straight to the radio station. Oh, we can get a lot closer to him than I assumed we could have 10 minutes ago. Did it take a bunch of my car? Is this my car? No. Is it my car? Is this my car? No. Hey, bestie. Okay, I did leave the car running that time, kind of as an experiment. Transmission fragment, Artifield Headquarters, October 9th, 1968. I guess I'm saying what we all know is obvious by now, but all vehicles, all moving collections of metal really, seem to attract the attention of a great many anomalies. They get chased. They get attacked, for whatever reason. They get picked apart. I guess aircraft move too fast, or maybe helicopters aren't around for long enough, but cars? This place is just what... This place and its wildlife just loves cars. Sorry, what? Okay, correction. It's not wildlife. What? Why? Engender sympathy? Look, I'm only repeating what other people say. No, I don't think it's bad to say this over the radio. It's not like our transmissions even travel anywhere these days. It's like trying to broadcast through molasses or something. I can be on top of a mountain and still get no damn reception. Trust me, nobody outside the zone can hear us. All right, keep your cap on, you New England nut bar. This is exactly why nobody likes you. That is a good question that I am interested in knowing the answer, Grid. I thought I... Guess not. Transmission fragment origin unknown, March 21st, 1961. Yes, Anita, I do agree with you that this is nothing short of remarkable. And yes, I think that what we're seeing here is something new and unique, something unmatched by anything the zone has previously offered up. But I must disagree with your conclusions. Strongly. I strongly disagree. These abrupt, dangerous, grotesque things are one of a host of bizarre new geological phenomena. They very likely occur in response to ground vibration or local disturbances. And I think that that's the end of it. Is that the radio tower? I really have to stop playing this game right now. To suggest that they're a deliberate reaction, even a defense mechanism, takes our discussion into very different and quite uncomfortable direction. I think that we should be reviewing your reports before you submit them. This conversation goes no further, and I'll be scrubbing the transmission logs as soon as possible. Understand? Aw, Biddy right. Oh, okay, so it does, okay. I didn't notice that it filled in log and photo. If you had scanned it. I just did not notice that. Okay, great. Okay, so that is an amount less fuel. I'm gonna continue to go. I know I could refill the tank and... I think they don't like me. Dictaphone recording, Office of Dr. Richard Preble, circa 1976. Hi, Christina, hi, how are you? So, turns out you were right. We've had reports from several regions of the zone now, and they're all very similar. We have these dummy things out in the wilderness, and, we have them inside abandoned houses. We also have them in gas stations, on the road, on top of signs. One report says here on a roof. We spotted about 600 now. The file catalogs each and every one. Oh, and you're quite right about that other thing too, yeah. I know what happens when someone touches one. We all got plenty of data on that. So, I'm gonna be applying for a position in Portland now. I've done my review. It was a great time being contracted here for sure, but I'm not sure I want to work at Arda full time. You know, it's very strange here. You work in a very strange place. I'm sure you're doing very important work, and I respect that greatly, but I think I'd like to go back to academia now. Oh God, there's one of them outside. I know for a fact it wasn't there before. That one turned out fun. Oh, it must be that green thing. We're gonna ignore some shit because I gotta go to bed. Or really, I have to take a shower and then I have to take my old lady walk outside, and I'm pretty sure we can come back to this area. Oh, I didn't notice the rear view mirrors until right now. I'm not, well, I gotta get to the radio tower first so I can go home. Oh no. Did I drop? Answer phone message transcript, origin unknown, February 12th, 1966. Hey, boss! So I'm out here working with Mira and Tobias from maintenance, and I'm afraid I got some bad news about our gear. We run into some trouble, and I don't think we're getting it back anytime soon. That kind of morphed in a bad way, right at the end. Oh well. Sorry. Bad start for my first potholing job. Call me when you get this. Or better still, I think you should just come down here and see it for yourself. Our tools, our signs, our lights, they've all taken flight, so to speak. No, really, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. You should see this. You know how you told me we were normal people working in a very abnormal place? I think I know what you mean now. That one was just bad. I tried. Oops. Chat is in the child seat. Chat is in the booster seat. Why is the arrow blinking on? I guess I don't know what happens when I touch these, but I also don't know that I want to know that right now. In the trunk. Perfect. Oh, maybe I just don't have a rear door and that's what the problem is. This would be the best shit to play in VR. I have been 0% interested in a VR set until this very moment. Really? Well, I could spend another 2 hours in here, but I don't have that time.
Time to get moving. The instability's ticking up by the second. But you can't get back the way you came. The instability makes all routes one way. And that's where my arc device comes into play. It'll get you back to the garage, but it needs to be charged first. And to do that, you'll need anchors. Take a look at the arc device display. It maps all anchors in the nearby area. Find an anchor and feed it to the arc device to charge it. But don't you worry your pretty little head about how it works. You'll be out of here soon, so there's no reason to learn more about limb technology than you need to know.
I mean, if I have to, I'll just quit, then rush it, you know?
Hey, Hoppy, look, I keep thinking, the way you're helping our friend here right now seems positively helpful. Seems like me, you're looking to turn a new leaf or something?
The only thing I want to look at is a 12-year-old whiskey. And the back of this breacher's head when I send them packing.
But isn't it worth taking a detour to run just a tiny little test?
Can't think of a worse way to spend my time.
Please. I've seen you manipulate waveforms with your right hand and knock back a double with your left. Or am I to understand you've lost your touch?
What I'm understanding is that you won't shut the hell up until I test this remnant.
Yep.
Fine, stop crowding my frequency.
What? Wait, really? Hoppy, darling, you never give in this easily. What's going on?
Francis?
Yes?
How have you not thrown him to the buttons by now?
80 years old and only getting sharper by the day. You're a legend, a role model.
I'm giving you 10 seconds to get out of my...
Okay, we're signing off.
Hey, driver, good luck out there. And watch out for the bunnies. They are a doozy.
I was definitely thinking Oppenheimer. No, it told us. It told us and I already forgot. Ophelia.
Those anchors may look like glowing balls of magic, but it's Limtech through and through. Don't be scared. They haven't exploded in anyone's face recently.
Oh boy. Anchor plug. Private field notes Dr. Mensa, March 30th, 1970. We have now completed the process of standardizing and replacing all the anchor mounts and infrastructure. These new mounts should be far more durable, steadfast against weather and atmospheric changes, and resistant to any corrosion. This has been a lengthy and difficult process marred by endless delays. It is my hope that most of these mounts will hold for at least 50 years, but many projections suggest 200 or even 300. That's far longer than many anchors themselves. This was, I believe, worth it. As usual, I will be compiling and submitting a full casualty list by 1,000 hours tomorrow morning. 100? 1,000 hours, okay. At this time, I will begin notifying next of kin. Wow, that didn't work well for my brain. Probably smart considering I have lost my ability to read. How do I leave? Take the anchor? Oh. Into the arc device? What does that mean? Did I lose it?
Device is charged and ready. You'll use it to open a gateway back to the garage, but it will immediately collapse the stability around you. So only activate when you're absolutely ready to move. You do not want to get caught in the storm that follows.
Great. Well, that sucks.
It looks like hot death, but it's so much better than getting scrambled by the instability.
Tokyo drifting. I just couldn't get out of the arc device. I don't have the controls in my fingers yet. Okay.
Oh, well, well. You're alive. For certain if the zone didn't get you, that gateway would. Did I not mention that you're the first human I've sent through that thing? I mean, there have been rodents, but it's not like it's completely untested. But anyway, it worked.
So, you should have made it back with everything you collected out there. That's the beauty of the gateway. It's the only way to get back with all your marbles intact. Now, take those parts you found into the back room. I'll let you use my fabrication station. For now. That station will concoct ways for you to rig up anything from roof racks to flare guns. Assembling an antenna with those parts you brought back should be easy as pie. But it requires anchor juice to work its magic, so bring back as many as you can. And just because I haven't used that garage in decades doesn't mean you can trash the place. Mess up my equipment and I'll throw you to the anomalies so quick you'll get whiplash. We clear?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, now can I stop playing, please? Okay, yes. All right. I'm very much enjoying this. I know now better that I can't play it when I only have a short amount of time, and it might change my evening plan. So, thank you. Yeah, that's what I have to assume also. But anyway, I will see you tomorrow for something else. Or probably not this again. We'll probably do another game. But thank you so much. And thank you, Boxy, for the gift. I appreciate it. Have a good night, friends.